It is exactly 11:47 a.m. on my 35th birthday, and I am standing barefoot on the teak deck of my 82-foot Sunseeker yacht, anchored 2 miles off the Palm Jumeirah. The water is the color of a Tiffany box, the sun is a white coin hammered into a cloudless sky, and Dubai behind me looks like someone spilled diamonds across the desert. I'm sipping a 1,996 Krug that costs more per bottle than most people make in a month, wearing nothing but linen shorts and the kind of tan that says I haven't been in an office in 3 years. Life is perfect. Then my phone vibrates against the marble bar top. One new message from Laura, sister. Subject: Happy birthday, big bro. Body: Guess what I just did for you? Sold that stupid, abandoned, private island you bought outside Dubai for $900,000 cash wired today. Buyer paid in full, no questions. You never use it anyway lol. Money is already in your Cayman's account. I use the old signing authority you gave me in 2018. You're welcome. Love you. I read it once. I read it again. The Krug suddenly tastes like battery acid. Because the island she just sold for pocket change isn't abandoned. It's a 47-acre artificial heart of sand and concrete floating 22 kilometers off the coast, registered under a shell company in the British Virgin Islands. And for the last 8 years, it has been a joint CA-MI6 extraterritorial black site, known to exactly 38 people on Earth. I am one of them. And Laura just put it on the open market, like it was a broken jet ski. The glass slips from my hand, and explodes across the deck in a constellation of $1,000 shards. I'm already dialing when the second phone, the red satellite phone that never, ever rings, starts screaming from the safe below deck. I sprint barefoot down the spiral stairs, punch in the code, rip open the drawer. Asset Orchid has been compromised, the voice on the other end says before I can speak. American accent, calm. The kind of calm that means people are already dying somewhere. We show a title transfer executed 11 minutes ago. New owner is a Panamanian LLC. We're seeing armed Coast Guard interceptors out of Jebel Ali, and 2 Royal Navy Type 23s altering course from the Strait of Hormuz. You have less than 1 hour before multiple nations put boots on your sand. Explain. I can't explain. I can barely breathe. I manage one sentence. My sister just sold a black site to a random buyer for 900 grand. There is the longest silence I have ever heard in my life. Then, Jesus Christ, get off that yacht now. I'm still staring at the red phone when the first helicopter thuds overhead, black, no markings. Side door open, 2 men in desert BDUs and suppressed rifles looking straight down at me like I'm already a corpse. I raise both hands very slowly. The helicopter doesn't land. It just hovers, kicking salt spray across the deck, while a Zodiac inflatables races from the shore with 6 more operators. I recognize the shoulder patch on the closest man, Joint Special Operations Command, Gulf Detachment. I am so fucked. They zip tie my wrists, throw a black hood over my head, and the last thing I hear before the world goes dark is the pilot on the loudspeaker. Mr. Alexander Knight, you are being detained under the authority of the United States and the United Kingdom for violations of the Espionage Act, the UAE Federal Penal Code, and about 17 classified statutes we're not allowed to name. You have the right to remain silent. I strongly suggest you use it. The yacht rocks as they lift off. I can feel the sun disappear behind the hood. And somewhere inside my head, a single thought loops on repeat. Laura thinks she just sold an abandoned island. She has no idea she just auctioned off the most dangerous piece of real estate on the Persian Gulf. The hood comes off inside a shipping container that definitely wasn't on my yacht 10 minutes ago. Gray steel walls, no portholes, aircon blasting so hard my teeth ache. A single metal table, 2 chairs, and a camera the size of a showbox staring at me like it already knows every secret I've ever had. Across from me sits a woman I've met exactly twice in my life, both times in rooms without names. Commander Sarah Langford, MI6, Section Chief for Gulf Covert Infrastructure. Ice blue eyes, black hair in a bun so tight it could slice bread, voice like chilled vodka. "Happy birthday, Alex," she says, sliding a tablet across the table. On the screen, live satellite feed of Orchid. My island. 2 UAE Coast Guard fast attack boats circling it like sharks. A British Type 23 frigate parked 2 miles off the northern reef. And right in the middle, a civilian super yacht flying a Panamanian flag, dropping anchor exactly where the helipad used to be. That's the buyer, Sarah says. Some crypto kid from Singapore, who thinks he just bought the ultimate party island. Paid $900,000 through 3 shell companies in under 6 minutes. Your sister really knows how to move real estate. I try to speak. My mouth is sand. Sarah leans forward. Do you have any idea what's underneath that island, Alex? Because in 43 minutes, that kid is going to send divers down to check the coral, and they're going to find a sealed titanium hatch with a retinal scanner that hasn't been used since 2022. And then every intelligence agency from Tehran to Tel Aviv is going to start asking why a private British citizen owns a facility that looks suspiciously like a rendition site with its own submarine pen. I finally find my voice. I can fix this. Let me call Laura. I'll get the money reversed. Already too late. She taps the tablet. New feed. Lara's Instagram story, posted 4 minutes ago, a selfie on a private jet, holding a champagne flute. Caption, sold my brother's dusty island for almost $1 million on his birthday. Money already spent on new Birkin, plus G650 deposit. Love you bro, don't kill me. Sarah's smile could freeze the Gulf. She spent it, all of it, in 4 minutes. That has to be some kind of record. The container door opens. An American walks in, tall, early 40s, crew cut, wearing a polo shirt that costs more than most people's rent because it's hiding a level IV plate carrier. Sia, obviously. He drops a thick file on the table stamped eyes only, Orchid, Strangler. Alexander Knight, he says, not a question. You've been on the watch list since 2017 when you bought the sandbar with cash from 3 different Cayman accounts. We let it slide because you were useful. Past tense. He opens the file. Inside, photos of me on the island in 2019. Meeting a man whose face is redacted, but whose shoes I recognize, Russian military intelligence. Another photo, me shaking hands with a Qatari prince, who funds half the fun stuff in the Gulf. Another, me drunk in Monaco with a Chinese national, who definitely isn't a ballet dancer. The American sits. Here's where we are. Your sister just committed about 47 felonies across 6 jurisdictions. The buyer is about to discover a level of classified hell he can't pronounce. And in approximately 38 minutes, a Royal Navy boarding team is going to put bullets in anyone on that island who isn't wearing a Union Jack. He leans in. You have one chance to not spend the rest of your life in a black site that makes Guantanamo look like the Four Seasons. Get your sister on the phone right now and make her confess every single detail while we record it. Do that, and maybe, we let you walk away with your passport and whatever's left of your life. Sarah slides a satellite phone across the table, already ringing. Laura picks up on the 3rd tone, giggling, music thumping in the background. Alex, did you see my story? You're welcome, by the way. Laura, my voice sounds like someone else's. Where are you right now? On the way to the new island, duh. The buyer invited me to the handover party. He's so cute, some crypto billionaire, 26, total baby face. He said I can keep one of the beach villas if I listen to me very carefully. I close my eyes. That island isn't abandoned. It's a classified facility. You just sold a CIA MI6 black site to a civilian. There are warships coming. People are going to die. Silence. Then a nervous laugh. You're being dramatic again. It's literally just sand, and some old buildings. I googled it. You googled a black site, Lara. They don't put those on Google. The American mouths. Keep her talking. I swallow. How did you even find a buyer so fast? Oh my god, it was so easy. She's excited again. I posted it on this luxury real estate Discord last night as a joke, like, who wants my brother's abandoned island lol. And this guy DM'd me within 2 minutes. Said he'd pay cash today if I could sign digitally. I found your old power of attorney in Dad's safe from when you were in a coma after Monaco 2018, remember? I just scanned it, changed the date in Photoshop, boom. 900K wired before breakfast. Every word is another nail. The American is nodding slowly. Writing on a legal pad, forgery, 18 USC 1343, wire fraud, UAE Federal Law 3 1987. Sarah's eyes never leave mine. She mouths, ask about the money. Lara, where exactly did the money go? Funny story. So the buyer wired it to the Cayman's account. But I had the bank forward it straight to my new spending account because, hello, G650 deposit isn't gonna pay itself. And then Mom needed 50K for her facelift in Seoul next week, and Dad wanted a new Rolex, so I sent them some too. We're all celebrating your birthday with your money. You're the best brother ever. I look at the American. He's smiling now. Not a nice smile. On the tablet, the civilian super yacht is lowering a tender. 4 jet skis. Party lights already on. The crypto kid is shirtless on the bow, filming a TikTok. 29 minutes until the Royal Navy arrives. I take the deepest breath of my life. Lara, I need you to listen to me. I'm on a recorded line with American and British intelligence. Everything you just said is admissible in about 12 courts. You have committed international wire fraud, forgery, and compromise of a classified facility. If you hang up right now, you will be arrested within the hour wherever you are. But if you stay on the line, and tell them exactly how you did it, they might let you live long enough to see a lawyer. The music behind her stops like someone pulled the plug. Alex, you're scaring me. Good. I say, you should be fucking terrified. The satellite phone is on speaker now, bolted to the table so I can't throw it. Lara's breathing is the only sound in the container, fast, shallow, like a trapped rabbit. The American, his name is actually on the file now, Deputy Station Chief Ryan Caldwell. Langley leans forward and speaks for the first time directly to her. Miss Knight, this is the Central Intelligence Agency. You are currently being geolocated via this call. Do not hang up. Do not put the phone down. Do not mute. If this call drops, a drone currently orbiting 40,000 feet above Dubai International will be retasked to your exact coordinates. Am I clear? A tiny whimper. Yes. Sarah takes over, voice silk over steel. Lara, darling, you have exactly 4 minutes to convince us you're merely stupid and not an enemy asset. Start from the moment you decided to sell your brother's island, and do not leave out a single click, a single screenshot, a single message. Begin. I've never heard my sister sound small before. She always sounded like champagne and entitlement. Now she sounds 12. I was at Mum's villa in Emirates Hills last night. We were drinking the 2008 Crystal you sent for Christmas, and Mum said you never visit anymore, and Dad said you're too busy with your secret boats and fake islands, and I laughed and said you literally have an island no one ever uses, and it's just sitting there rotting. So I went on my phone, took a screenshot from Google Earth, posted it on this private Discord called Gulf Off Market Deals, with the caption, abandoned private island 22 kilometers offshore, 47 acres, asking 1 MOBO lol, who wants? I thought it was a joke. Caldwell is typing every word into a classified laptop. Sarah circles a finger, keep going. Then this guy DMs me, username @sovereignape. Profile pic is a gold monkey. Says he'll pay $900 cash today if I can prove ownership. I remembered the 2018 power of attorney. When Alex was in hospital after the Monaco crash, you gave me full authority, because you thought you were dying, remember? I found the PDF in Dad's safe, opened it in Photoshop, changed the date to yesterday, Ray signed it with your signature. I've been forging your Christmas cards since we were kids, it's easy. Then uploaded it to DocuSign. The buyer sent a purchase agreement 2 minutes later. I clicked accept, gave them the Cayman's account you left open for emergencies, and the money hit at 9:14 this morning. Then I transferred it straight out to my Revolut because I thought you'd be mad, and try to reverse it. She's crying now. I don't feel anything. Sra's voice doesn't change. Where is the money now, Laura? 75,000. Went to Dr. Park in Seoul for Mom's face. Dad took 50 for the new Daytona. I paid the 10% deposit on the G650, 225,000, non-refundable. The rest is in my Revolut Black Card. I'm literally landing in 5 minutes to go to the island party, and spend the rest on tables at White Club tonight. Caldwell looks up from the laptop. We have enough for 20 years in federal prison, minimum. Probably a DX Florence. No parole. Lara screams. Actually screams. On the tablet, the civilian super yacht has reached the lagoon. Jet skis are doing donuts around the old, no landing, buoys that used to say, restricted military zone, before we removed the signs. The crypto kid is live streaming on Instagram. Just bought my first private island for under $1 million. Dubai is insane. Sarah glances at the timer. T-17 minutes to Royal Navy boarding. She turns back to the phone. Lara, one chance. You are going to call that buyer right now, on this recorded line, and tell him the sale was fraudulent, that the island is property of the British Crown, and that he has 10 minutes to get every living soul off it, before Royal Marines put 2 in the engine block of his yacht. You will read the exact words we give you. If you deviate by 1 syllable, we will let the buyer keep the island, and you will be charged with treason against NATO allies. Do you understand? Sobbing. Yes. Caldwell slides a printed script across the table. Sarah hits a new key on the laptop. The call is now triple recorded, timestamped, encrypted, and live streamed to Vauxhall Cross and Langley simultaneously. Sarah nods at me. My turn. I pick up the phone. My voice is flat, dead. Lara, put me on speaker and call at Sovereignape on Instagram right now. You are going to save lives, or you are going to prison until you are menopausal. Cheese. I hear fumbling, the sound of a Gulfstream cabin, seatbelt signs dinging. Then the Instagram ringtone. A young male voice, excited. Singapore accent. Yo Lara, we're literally pulling up to the island right now. This place is insane. Put me on speaker. Lara cuts in. Voice shaking so hard it distorts. There's been a mistake. I close my eyes and listen as my sister reads the script that will either save a dozen lives, or destroy what's left of my family forever. Mr. Tan. My name is Lara Knight. The sale of the island registered as Plot 47AE, coordinates 25.412, 55.013, was executed fraudulently. The title transfer is void. The island is classified Crown property under direct administration of the Government of the United Kingdom. You and your party have 8 minutes to clear the lagoon and return to international waters. Failure to comply will be treated as trespass on a military installation. Armed force is authorized. Silence on the line. Then laughter. Nice try. Babe, you already cashed the wire. Possession is 9/10. Yeah. Sarah takes the phone from Lara's trembling hand, switches to video, and turns the camera to herself. This is Commander Sarah Langford, MI6. Mr. Tan Wei Jun. The frigate you currently see on the horizon is HMS Sutherland. In 6 minutes, her links will put a boarding party on your bow. You will see the red ensign. I suggest you look it up. The kid's face appears on the screen now. 26. Baby fat cheeks. Gold Rolex the size of a hockey puck. Behind him, party guests frozen mid-champagne spray. The smile drains from his face like someone pulled a plug. Sarah continues, calm. Return to Port Rashid immediately. You will be met by UAE state security. Your 900,000 is gone. Miss Knight has already spent it. You may sue her in civil court if you survive the night. She ends the call. On the satellite feed, we watch the super yacht's engines roar to life. Jet skis are abandoned. Bikini-clad influencers scream as the boat does a 180 so hard champagne flutes smash across the deck. 12 minutes to impact. Caldwell finally looks at me. Your sister just turned a containment situation into a circus. But the asset is still exposed. We need a permanent fix. And you, Alex, are going to deliver it. He slides a single photograph across the table. It's Lara, boarding a NetJets Gulfstream at Al Maktoum Airport 20 minutes ago, smiling, holding the Birkin she bought with blood money. Stamped across the bottom in red, detain, extradite, no bail. I stare at it for a long time. Then I nod. The container door opens onto the deck of a ship that definitely wasn't here an hour ago. Black hull, no name, no flag. Only the faint smell of diesel and the low thrum of a gas turbine tells me we're moving fast, somewhere south of the Strait of Hormuz. Sarah hands me a fresh passport. British. My photo, but the name reads, Thomas J. Harrow. Legend already loaded. Caldwell is waiting by the rail, wind whipping his polo. Your sister's Gulfstream just landed at Dubai South. UAE state security has her in a holding room. She thinks she's being questioned about immigration paperwork. She has no idea the extradition packet is already on the U.S. Attorney's desk in Washington. He hands me an iPad. Live feed from the airport. Lara in a beige interrogation room, mascara rivers, clutching a bottle of water, like it's the last one on earth. 2 Emirati officers in white thobes, 1 American in a suit I recognize, FBI legal attaché. I feel nothing. Sra's voice behind me. We're giving you 1 hour with her, before the rendition flight departs. You will get her to sign 3 documents, full confession, already drafted, 42 pages. Irrevocable forfeiture of every asset that touched the $900,000. Consent to immediate deportation to the United Kingdom, where she will be charged under the Official Secrets Act. Maximum, life. I stare at the screen. And if she refuses? Caldwell shrugs. Then she disappears into the American system. Black site. No name. You never see her again. Your parents will be told she died in a jet ski accident. Choose fast. I choose. 43 minutes later, I'm in the back of a blacked-out G-Wagon racing across the tarmac at Dubai South, blue lights hidden behind the grille. The guards wave us through like we own the airport. The door to the holding room opens. Lara looks up. For 1 second, her face lights with desperate hope. Alex. Oh my God, tell them it's a mistake, tell them. I close the door. Lock it. Sit across from her. The room is hot. Smells like fear and Chanel No. 5. I place the confession on the table. Sign. She starts crying again. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. You spent classified blood money on a handbag in 4 minutes. Sign. Her hand shakes so hard the pen clatters. Mum and Dad are already on a no-fly list. Mum's surgeon in Seoul just got a visit from Korean NIS. Dad's watch is being seized at the Rolex boutique in Dubai Mall as we speak. They're done. You're done. The only question is how done. She stares at the pages. 42 counts. Conspiracy. Wire fraud. Mishandling classified defense information. Violation of the UK Official Secrets Act 1989. UAE Federal Decree Law 34 2021. She whispers, will I go to normal prison? I lean in until our foreheads almost touch. You sold a rendition site, Lara. There is no normal prison for you. There's only the kind where the lights never go off and the guards don't speak English. Or there's this. I tapped the confession. Plea out, 12-15 years in a British open prison, possibility of parole at 8 if you behave. You'll be 43. Still young enough for another life. Refuse, and you vanish tonight. She's hyperventilating. I slide a second document across. Asset forfeiture. Every dirham that touched the $900,000. Her Revolut black card. The G650 deposit. Mum's facelift fund. Dad's Rolex. The Birkin on the chair beside her. All gone. She signs, sobbing so hard the ink smears. Third document. Consent to deportation. She signs. I stand. One last thing. I take out my phone. Open the banking app. Show her the Cayman account she used. Balance, $900,000, now frozen. I press transfer. Recipient, Crown Prosecution Service, Victim Restitution Fund. Amount, $900,000. Memo, from the Knight family, with deepest apologies. Confirmed. Her scream is inhuman. I walk to the door. She lunges, grabs my wrist. Alex, please. We're blood. You can't do this to your own sister. I look down at her manicured hand on my skin. Then I say the sentence that ends my family forever. You stopped being my sister the moment you spent $900,000 in 4 minutes on a life I paid for with other people's screams. I pull free. The door opens. 2 Royal Military Police in red berets take her arms. As they drag her out, she's still screaming my name. I don't look back. On the tarmac, the engines of a grey C-37 Yusuf VIP transport, no tail numbers, are already spooling up. Destination, RAF Bryce Norton, then HMP Bronzefield. Sarah is waiting by the G-Wagon. It's contained, she says. The crypto kid reversed out of the lagoon so fast he left half his jet skis. Royal Marines secured Orchid 27 minutes ago. The titanium hatch was never touched. We owe you. I nod, numb. Caldwell hands me a new satellite phone. Burner. Your parents are at Emirates Hills. They've been served seizure notices. They'll lose the villa by morning. After that, they're stateless. You could stop it with one wire transfer. I look at the phone. Then I throw it into the jet blast of the departing C-37. It disappears like it was never there. Sarah almost smiles. Welcome back to the game, Alex. I walk past her, past the floodlights, into the dark. Behind me, the plane carrying what's left of my sister lifts into the night, headed for a country that will never let her forget what she did on my 35th birthday. I light a cigarette with shaking hands. For the first time in my life, I am completely alone. And it feels like breathing. 1 year later. 7:14 a.m. the 25th of November 2026. My 36th birthday. I am standing on the exact same teak deck, where everything exploded last year. But the yacht beneath my feet is no longer mine. It is now registered to a Liechtenstein Anstalt called Orion Trust, and the name on the stern reads, Never Again. The old Sunseeker was sold at auction, along with everything else that still had my real name on it. I bought this one, a 130-foot Mangusta, threw 3 more shells, cash, no mortgage, no flags. Below the waterline. The hull is lined with carbon Kevlar, and a military-grade active denial system that can microwave human skin at 200 meters above the waterline. It looks like every other billionaire toy in Port Hercules. Dubai is a memory I visit only on satellite maps now. I sip black coffee and watch the sunrise bleed gold across the Mediterranean. Monaco is quiet at this hour. Even the Lamborghinis are still asleep. My phone, one of 6, vibrates once. Secure message from Sarah Langford, MI6, Asset Orchid fully decommissioned. Site sterilized. New legend, Private Marine Research Station, University of Cambridge. Your name appears nowhere. Happy birthday, Ghost. Another message. Encrypted signal, from Caldwell, now promoted to Chief of Station, Gulf, Knight. Laura Elizabeth, HMP Bronzefield, Categoria. Took the plea. 14 years, eligible for parole 2034. Sends you a letter every month. All returned unopened. Your parents sold the Emirates Hills villa for 4.2 AED to cover restitution plus fines. Currently renting a 2-bed in Amman. Dad drives a 2011 Corolla. Mum gave up Botox. Thought you'd want to know. I delete both threads. A third notification, Dubai Land Department. Title deed update, plot 47 AE, former Orchid, officially transferred to the Crown Estate yesterday. Consideration, £1. I smile into the coffee. They paid me £1 to take the hottest potato on earth off their hands, and make it disappear forever. I paid them nothing. That was the deal. The final loose end tied with a bow. I walk down to the main saloon. The walls are no longer white leather and gold. They are matte black carbon fiber, and brushed gunmetal. A single Basquiat hangs where the TV used to be, bought at Sotheby's last month for $41 million. Paid from an account that doesn't exist. On the dining table, today's Financial Times. Front page, below the fold. Singapore-based Sovereign Digital Files for Chapter 11. Creditors cite $900,000, island purchase, as triggering event. I almost laugh out loud. The crypto kid lost everything. The Panamanian LLC was his. The yacht he fled in that night was leased. When the wire was clawed back by the Crown, his margin calls hit at 3 a.m. By sunrise his funds were liquidated. Last I heard he was hiding in Phuket driving for Grab. Karma is faster when nation-states help it along. Another phone, the only one that still has my real contacts, lights up. Unknown UAE number. I answer. A voice I haven't heard in 12 months, older, cracked, small. Alex, it's Mum. I say nothing. She's crying already. We lost the house. They took everything. Dad's blood pressure, please. It's your birthday. Can we just talk? I watch a billionaire's daughter on a paddleboard glide past the stern, oblivious. I speak for the first time in a year to anyone who shares my blood. You taught Lara that everything I owned was actually ours if she wanted it badly enough. You taught her there are no consequences for taking. Today I am 36, and I own 3 ships, 4 passports, 9 residences, and 0 family. That is the consequence. Happy birthday to me. I end the call. Block the number. Drop the phone into the Mediterranean. It sinks like a stone. The captain, ex-SBS. Speaks when spoken to, appears at the companionway. Sir, the tender is ready. Monaco heliport in 20 minutes. Your meeting with the prince is confirmed. I nod. The meeting is a courtesy. I am bankrolling a new cyber defense institute for the principality. In return I get residency papers that even Langley can't touch, and a diplomatic passport that opens every door on earth except the ones I no longer want to walk through. As the tender slices across the mirror calm water, I open the only app that still matters, a custom dashboard built by a team that used to secure Orchid. Current liquid net worth, $1.41 billion USD. Source, Sovereign Infrastructure Contracts, Post-Quantum Encryption Patents. Silent stakes in half the defense tech startups from Tel Aviv to Tallinn. All of it built in the 12 months since I cut my family out of my life like a tumor. I close the app. The tender pulls alongside the jetty. A black Bentayga waits, Monegasque plates, a K1. The driver opens the door. Inside, a single birthday card on the seat, thick cream stock. No envelope. I open it. Handwritten, Sir's elegant script, to the man who turned a $900,000 mistake into a billion-dollar resurrection. The island is gone. The boy who owned it is gone. Long live the ghost. Raise a glass tonight, something older than both of us. S. Taped inside the card, a Polaroid. Me, aged 24, sunburned, laughing on the original Orchid helipad the day I took possession. Behind me, Lara in a bikini, arms around my neck, grinning like the world could never hurt us. I stare at it for 5 full seconds. Then I tear it in half, then quarters, then let the pieces scatter into the wake. The Bentayga climbs the hill toward the palace. I do not look back. At exactly 8 p.m. tonight I will stand on the aft deck of Never Again, pour 2 fingers of 1964 Black Bowmore, and toast the horizon where Orchid used to float. I will toast the brother who died screaming on his 35th birthday. I will toast the sister who killed him for a handbag and a Gulfstream deposit. And then I will drink to the man who rose from those ashes, colder, richer, untouchable, and finally, mercifully, free. The best revenge is not loud. It is not cruel. It is simply outliving everyone who tried to bury you in a silence so complete they can hear their own regrets echo for the rest of their lives. Happy 36th birthday to me. The ghost is just getting started. End.